to episode 567 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined as always by Ben Funky Askren, Stephen Kyle Brackey, SKB, that's something nobody calls him, and our man David Bray coming at us straight from Super 32, gets off the plane, lands early this morning, and drives straight to the studio. You can't beat it.
Really? What,
No.
did you do a vacation day in Myrtle Beach on Monday? Sit on
this-
the beach, relax a little bit.
I just made that up. for
Hopped
fun.
off the plane at
man.
ATX with my dream and my cardigan.
So, hey.
Listen, it should stay in Myrtle Beach, Christian. I think my guys enjoyed that much more than Greensboro. Greensboro is not the most delightful vacation destination. The guys who went for our club seem to enjoy themselves. I say it stays permanently in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, and then maybe next year you get in the rotation and you're chosen to go, and I want to
I'm in
go
the rotation next year.
Sick. Yeah, I'm all in for Myrtle Beach. I don't know how the finances work for Super 32 or how well they found the thing, but yeah, a destination city
Sure.
would be awesome.
It was a good time to be there. There was a small motorcycle rally, and also it was Jeep Week. So there were Jeeps. If you like Jeeps, you would have been. If you like Jeeps and wrestling, this is the place to be.
Was there a murder at your hotel with the motorcycle gangs?
Not that we know of. I think just attempted. But,
Just attempted,
okay. Yeah.
and all charges were dropped, so it's fine.
Wasn't
man,
that the deal at the Red Roof Inn at UWW Cadets many years ago, Christian?
So no, you're at the Red Roof Inn. That was the biker rally. The Phantom.
Close.
They're called the Phantom Outlaws, and they harassed Kyle, and we won't bring up why, but he was harassed. It was very loud. But no, the murder hotel was in Cleveland. So the Northeast Ohio area, I guess, is the common denominator. But yeah, so plenty of stories there.
Man.
Glad everyone made it safely back. The tournament was awesome. It was fun just to
Yes.
sit and skip around all different matches. I mean, Saturday's so fun, and then Sunday, of course, was fantastic as well. At the top, Ben, were there any guys or any particular storylines that stuck out to you?
Well, like I said, I will admit to you guys that I watched mostly my guys. We had 27 guys competing, so it was like so hard to keep up. Man, I'll just reiterate one of the things I said last. Nice headline, Kyle. I love it. Not stupid. Fantastic. How deep it is, right? The tough matches start like in round 2 or round of 32, round of 64. You're seeing really good guys get bounced. I think the number one guy at 106, I think he got bounced like in the second round, right? Or something.
And then
like
wrestled back for third.
Yeah.
Right?
He wrestled all the way back, which is totally insane. Yes.
Yeah.
That was impressive. And we saw really highly ranked guys lose other places. One of my guys upset, which, listen, I love this guy, but I didn't see it coming out of him. He upset Maximo Renteria in like the round of 64 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah. No, upsets are always super prevalent. To me, I've talked about it a little bit, talked about it on the call. This Dean Hamidi guy, Jr.,
He's good.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He goes by DJ.
Oh, love it.
Yep.
Love a good DJ. Love a
Yep.
good initial name.
Yeah,
DJ
That's cool. Yeah.
is a monster. And
Yes.
we're going to have to go back and look through the years. But the list of people who have bonused through Super 32, that's going to be a really short list, I'm going to say, because
Got to be tiny, right?
got to be tiny. And to your point, Ben, the tough matches start almost immediately. You know, round 2 or 3, you're
Yeah.
going to have someone that is salty, right? And
Yes.
this guy just steamrolled through. He's really good on his feet. He was attacking a ton. He's really good on top. I mean, this guy, I had no idea. And the match I need to see is him versus Patty Gallagher. I need to see that match.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
There's a couple matches coming out of here that I think, and I don't know if it's even possible for you guys to do. Well, you have the November 14th card, but the turnaround to that would be 3 weeks to invite some of these guys. That's one of them. The other one that I think that's an obvious to me is Dean Peterson didn't come. Drake Ayala kind of like cemented his status at 126.
Yeah.
So Ayala versus Peterson would be one that I'm interested in. There's a few like that between this tournament and who's number one, that you're like, I'd like to see that one.
Yeah.
Who do I want to see Nick Bouzakis wrestle? I don't know. Some sort of a brown bear type of situation? I'm not sure. We may have to.
Who won 132?
Bouzakis
Bouzakis versus Mendez would be fantastic. No, I'm sorry. Who's number one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
not a 132, right? You skipped it.
Right. That was at 38.
We were supposed to have
So,
32. It was
I mean,
supposed to be Buzakis
Crookham.
And that's the thing is Crookham and Buzakis are 1-1, and the matches they've had are super close. Crookham's right there. Those two kids, they're in the same weight class, but they are on the same level. That's the match to see again, you know.
Will they hit at
Yeah.
any point this year? I know there's no Iron Man.
Yeah,
no Iron Man. I think it's gonna be tough.
We're gonna have
that's
to
the
make
only
it
place
happen.
they overlapped last year, other than
Not Powerade.
nope. They Crookham wasn't at Powerade, but they also their previous match was at Akron, so I think Iron
Okay.
Man's the only time their schools.
All right, we got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see that one. I would like to see Buzakis Mendez too. I think that'd be fun. I think he's plenty big.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
cow. Looks
That'd
like a
be
beast. His physicality is insane. And by physicality, I mean he just beats people in the head, Ben Askren style. Just straight hard club. He's in. He's tenacious.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree on that one. I love him. I think you could bump him up and match him up, right? I listen. Me, I don't. I know you guys know like weight classes. Who's number one? I just want to see great matches. So if I got to move a guy around a little bit, that's what one of the others I said was Gallagher Facundo. I'd love to see that. If we got to move guys around a little bit, I'm cool with moving guys around a little bit as long as they're willing to do so. Yeah, that would be an outstanding match.
Yeah, this is the guy who still brings up the fact that Jordan Burroughs made him cut down to 174. Though. So
What a butt face!
Well, speaking of Mendez, we still need to see him versus Van Ness.
Oh my gosh, we do.
And then maybe the winner of that gets Buzakis.
And then the winner of that, I don't know.
College guy.
Dude, that's what I want to see
Gets Yanni.
with Buzakis. Like I want to see him at junior trials. I want to see him wrestle college opens. Like I want to see how his physicality translates to guys that have been wrestling, guys that are also that physical for a while. And I think it translates very well.
And he's a
We
junior.
have the junior trials.
That's very
He's got
ridiculous.
the youngest probably. We have the junior trials come up here in what is it 2 weeks now or 3 weeks? But we were initially, if you guys remember, initially this event was not initially. Initially after the initial, this was in September, right? It was like the first week in September in Ohio, and at that point, we were like, okay, there's no tournaments. We'll just keep training freestyle all the way till we get there, and our guys who maybe we wouldn't normally send to UW juniors, we'll send because they're not wrestling anywhere else, But now that a lot of those seniors we have are deep into folk style season, we're not going to really send any of our high school kids to that event. So it will be, and to me, I got to think other high school coaches are thinking relatively similar. So it'll be interesting to see who pulls the trigger and goes this event. Because I think if it was in September, you would have had a much greater attendance from high school kids. And now that it's in mid-November, it's going to be a lot different, I got to think.
Yeah, no question. So where, Bray, did you see the biggest shakeups rankings-wise? Which particular weights or results totally blew stuff up for you?
Man, that's a really good question. I mean, I think that Ben brought up the Maximo Renteria loss at 132, and that was a weight class that Maximo he may fall a little bit, so that one is going to get shaken up. I think probably the weight though that had a little more movement than that was 138, and it was a weight where we didn't have any of the top 4 guys in action because those guys were all, well, Van Ness is hurt, and then the other 3 were all at who's number 1. But that group of Ramon Ramos, Nick Moore, Nasir Bailey, Levi Haynes, Ben Alanis, all those guys all hit, and so they all are going to get jumbled up and shuffled. And we also had guys coming to the bracket from other weights, and Caden McCrary was at 145. He won the whole thing.
He's good.
He's really good. So that weight is going to get it's going to get completely shuffled. A lot of the same guys are going to still be in the rankings, but you're going to see a guy like Ramos, who was number 5. He's going to end up moving, possibly as possibly as low as like 12, just because of how tight those guys were and how how many matches they all had head to head. So I think 38 is the one where some pretty big shakeups. And then in terms of like maybe one single jump is probably going to be Christian Carroll at 195. And I thought that was very possible. I really thought we might have Christian Carroll, Seth Shoemate head to head. And that was a match I was really interested in. but we didn't get to see it. Regardless, though, Carroll's going to make a really big jump at 195.
Where's he currently ranked?
He's currently ranked at 220.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know Christian Carroll, the story on him, he wrestled 160 at Super 32 last year, and he went 2-2. But then he was injured, and so he hasn't competed much since then. And so he's kind of been off a lot of people's radar just by the fact of no one seeing him. And so he shows up at the Grappler Fall Classic 60 pounds bigger than he had been at 220.
Nah.
And
Dude, he looks like a kid that's been a heavyweight type of wrestler.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like someone who's put on 60 pounds.
No, he's a monster.
It's ridiculous.
And he's a sophomore. And so, but he goes to Grappler Fall Classic and wins 2 or 3 ranked matches. And all of a sudden it's like, okay, this kid's really good. So he was like 15 or 16 at 220. But then he's 195 for this event, and I think for the rest of the year.
Not to be top 3, right?
Yeah, he'll probably be top 3. And we'll have to wait and see. The other guys that were in the bracket that he beat, other than Shoemate, were they were ranked around 9 and 10. But I think he makes a big jump just based on where he did in reference to the field. So
I mean, he did it. He won Super 32.
Yeah,
Shoemate was in the mix. That's the number 2 guy.
Hey, the other one I love, and I know, so he was at AWA Duels, and I watched him, and we had a few ranked 145s. Vanderveer was at 145. We had a few tough kids. Alec Martin, I watched him at AWA Duels, and you guys had him at like, I don't know, 15 or 16. I don't know where he is currently on your rankings. And I'm like, this dude isn't 15th or 16th. He's really, really good.
Yeah.
And then he's got, I mean, how high is he going to go now?
Dude, he was 19. He was 19, and he was 19 because
that's what I said. I said, this ain't a 19th ranked dude right here. I'm watching.
Yeah,
that ain't 19th.
That's a good call. I mean, he took 2 losses at Grappler Fall Classic. He's just one of those guys that in the process of shaking the rust off this fall took some losses, but there's a chance he'll go as high as 4. He had just a really, really nice collection of wins, and then also Rocco Welsh did as well. So Rocco's going to move up, and then Martin's going to stay above him with that win in the finals. So there's a chance he goes as high as 4. Need to kind of confirm, but that is kind of looking like where he may end up.
Martin can really scramble too. He can attack and counter really strong.
He's good on top. He's kind of good everywhere. And the other guy that was at AWA Duels, and he actually lost to the Illinois kid, who I'm not remembering his name offhand. They had a really good match. Another guy where I watched him, and then I looked on your rankings, he was like 20th. And I'm like, man, like I sure don't feel like that kid's a 20th ranked kid. I feel like he's really good. Was Caden Horwath at 113, and he what's the Illinois kid's name he lost to? I'm blanking on it right now. But they both really impressed me. They both really impressed me in the matches, and obviously he comes out here and wins Super 32, so I got to assume he's going to bump up significantly also.
Yeah, he's going to make a big jump. He lost to Owen Webster.
Yeah. No, not Owen. That's Cannon Webster. Cannon Webster, yeah.
He lost to Owen.
He lost to Owen Webster. That should not hurt him.
I don't know why you let him wrestle Owen Webster at your event. You got to get that thing under control. But yeah, he took that loss to Webster, and then he's been on a tear since then. Though he won Grappler Fall Classic. It just didn't have the guys in his bracket to allow him to make the jump. But then he looked really, really solid, and that win over Corey Land is really impressive. Win over PJ Duke is one that's a little bit tough to figure out. I mean, in terms of what it means for the rankings, because PJ won't be ranked. He's an 8th grader. So he's not even in high school. But yeah, that he's going to jump. I think a lot of the guys, a lot of the top guys were missing from this bracket. So if I had to guess, I think right now he'll be 6.
PJ Duke was the kid that beat Steve-O, correct?
Yeah,
we were talking about last week.
Yes. Yeah. If he was in high school, he'd be ranked super, super high. That kid is really good. Really, really good.
For real.
Hey, can we talk about this 120 semi? It was probably, I don't know, I thought the overall is a very well officiated tournament, but this was a very controversial situation. I don't know if you saw it, Ben, between Mason Gibson and Josh Coderhant. Okay, so they're in ultimate tiebreakers, right? So they do minute sudden victory, then a straight 30-second ride outs. And if you get away, you win. If you ride them out, you win.
Yep.
So why don't we'll pull the tape up here.
Actually, you know what happened this morning, Christian? I got kicked off Flow because my membership expired. I don't have a credit card on me. Oh, jeez Louise.
We'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, we'll square you away. So Coderhant is trying to get away here.
Yep.
And there's 12 seconds if you're watching at home, and he squares up. He's got a whizzer. He's trying to clear and get all the way out, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer, and right there they get to there and they give one. Okay, so the issue. Go ahead, Ben.
Okay, what's the issue?
Well, the issue is they give one. He doesn't. The seatbelt doesn't really cross the midline, so Gibson's corner challenges, right? And they go back and they say, "Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't clear it, right? It's got to go past the midline." But the problem with that is that the escape looked imminent, right? Like he was going.
Yes.
He had 6 seconds to get it. So what happens is they overturn the call, but it took him 24 seconds basically from a restart to get to that point. So they say no escape, and they put him back down with 6 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Gibson rides him out for 6 seconds and wins the match when really there's a extremely high probability from that position he would have continued to circle to his right and gotten away. So
Yeah.
pretty unfortunate. I think unfortunate scenario there. And it's one of those, I forget when Becky and I were talking about this. I think it was during the finals when it's just like, just wait before making the definitive call. There was a takedown call. I can't remember in which match, Bracky, but they gave it a little early.
Oh, Ferrari and
Henson?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like just wait and let him finish the position because you end up from that point. No, it wasn't two, but the two was probably imminent. Let the guy finish it. Similarly, let him get all the way out so that, especially when you know there's review, you don't end up in this kind of situation where, man, it seems like Coderhant was for sure going to get away, and instead the rules make it so he's got to go down with 6 seconds left. And I don't know. I thought that was an unfortunate way for that match to end.
And
So one of the
on this high. Oh, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
on this call specifically, Christian, and there's a few other situations on top bottom in high school. In college, I don't feel like it happens for whatever reason, but I always feel like they wait just a little bit too long, and then lots of times what happens is, I think it should be one. I think it should be one. They're there, and then the bottom guy or the top guy dives in on the leg and hangs on for a stalemate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, they should have just called the one, and now it's not one anymore, but it has been one for the last 7 seconds, in my opinion. So I always feel like they're not quite as definitive enough on those escape calls. So actually, I was kind of happy that he called it when he called it, but yes, they probably should have let them wrestle a little longer so they didn't overturn that.
Super 32 does a lot of things really well at this tournament, and one of the things is they have, and this is something we talk about a lot, they have a different official who's in charge of review than the official who's on the mat.
Yeah.
And the guy who is doing the reviews is super sharp, knows the rules really well, and so he was the right guy to be doing all these reviews. But where Coderhant got played in this instance was, the official on the mat, like he, I think, didn't recognize either didn't know the rule or didn't recognize the position as what it was, and so he called that escape just a little bit too early. Then when it goes to the official who's reviewing, he sees, no, this is according to the rule, this is not an escape yet. And I mean, it is really frustrating. It's like one of those things that if you were wrestling in the room, or if you were playing spike ball or something, you'd be like, hey, let's just redo that, because the whole situation's just totally wrecked now. But it's a real match and the stakes are super high, and so if a ref makes a mistake like that, then it has real consequences, and that would have been a huge win for Coderhant, and so it's really, really frustrating. Everybody was frustrated. You could tell Gibson in his corner didn't want to win that way, and Coderhant in his corner were extremely, extremely frustrated. Fans are frustrated. It's just like, man, you got to get it right.
Yes.
Okay, so that was too bad, but worth bringing up because I thought that was a pretty big moment. Other thoughts here?
Were you guys impressed that Copus beat the number 2 and the number 1, or did you guys? I don't think anyone picked him last week, so
no.
I mean, you got to be at least a little bit surprised, right?
Yeah, he did it the hard way too, because he was on the tough side, right? Horn had didn't have either the top 2 guys or top 3 guys on his side. I did not think he would win. I was surprised. I thought he won exactly how you would think he would win, though, a counter takedown type of scenario off of a Chase Horn shot. I thought
he's got a quick ass go behind for a gigantic guy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah, he's good there for sure. I mean, yeah, I was surprised. I didn't expect him to win that. I thought he got Hamilton really tired. I was surprised that happened. I really thought we were gonna have a Who's Number One rematch, and then in the same result. But yeah, that was a big win for Kopis, and he runs the gauntlet to take it. I'm curious. He is very much the, I guess you could call it traditional heavyweight for college, but now it's like the less traditional heavyweight. He's going to be a stand in the middle, hand fight, one takedown kind of match guy, and I'm curious how that's going to translate at the next level, where you get someone like Horn, smaller, maybe a little more athletic, more offensive minded, get him at NC State, and I think he can really excel.
Yeah. I mean, part of me says, though, are we just being, and that's the word, maybe, I don't know if the word is biased, but, we're seeing how much success a Gable's not really exactly small. I mean, he's not gigantic. He's not small either. Kirk Levitt, these guys, we're seeing how much success they're having. We're saying, well, the new prototype is a smaller guy. But I don't think that means that has to be the case moving forward. Now, the big guy does have to have some tools, right? I mean, but Kopis can kind of move for a really big guy. So I think really big guys can have success. They will have to wrestle a little bit differently, and they'll have to have a certain skill set, but that doesn't mean that they're precluded from having success going forward.
If you look at the last few heavyweight champs, it's Kassar, who was a 97.
Yeah.
Kyle Snyder won too. He was a 97. I mean, these are, Mike McMullen had a long run there.
Quiz before Snyder.
Quiz was when he started collegiately, he was undersized. He got bigger, but he was a very athletic heavyweight who got probably up to, I guess I would say 250 or so.
He's pretty large.
So, he's a large individual. So, I don't know. I kind of think that the trend is for the high-level success. When's the last big dude that won
Nelson?
NCAAs? Tony Nelson, and that was, man, that's
Tony Nelson's not much smaller than, or not much bigger than some of the guys. I mean, Tony Nelson and Nick Gosdowski, they got away relatively the same weight, right?
Yeah. He was taller, leaner.
Yeah.
You think he's that much bigger? Am I wrong?
No.
What is he weighing at?
No. I bet on the scale they're similar.
Bigger.
He's got like the freaking
frame,
he looks like a 45 pounder. He's just like 6'4", 6'5". He wrestled, but what you can say about Tony, size or no size, he wrestled at that very traditional heavyweight style.
Yes, correct.
Right? It was like he was going to look to counter, he would get a takedown, he would ride really tough, more so than others. That's maybe the last guy.
With Kopis, he's clearly so good. I wonder how much time he gets to spend in the practice room with a super athletic heavyweight, and when he gets to Wisconsin, he'll have Hilger around, and I have to imagine that is going to give him give him a feel for that kind of a heavyweight, give him exposure to have even more success against that type of guy. Obviously, Horn's going to be in a super good situation with Gwiz around at NC State too, but I think Kopis is really good, and he's going to continue to develop his approach to those really athletic guys.
Well, so I don't know the answer to this. Is Kopis an Izzy guy? Because I saw a picture of them together, but when Izzy brought a team in September, Apollo Gothard, the kid that took 5th, was his guy. And when I look at the map of where Kopis lives, it's not all that close to where Izzy is. So maybe Izzy was just helping out. I'm not really sure. Do you guys know?
No, I don't know.
I don't know for sure.
I saw he was in his corner though for his finals match.
Yes.
Trying to get him,
because that would be a good, really good training partner. Gothard and Kopis, right? The 1st and 5th here. They could be good training partners. And Gothard's a little bit smaller, has pretty solid leg attacks from what I saw.
I think this is Keith Gothard in the chat says Hayden is not an Izzy guy.
There you go.
Apollo is Izzy's heavy. Okay, well that's what he was at the duels. So I'm assuming that's actually his father. So I'm guessing he probably knows the real answer.
Okay.
Also, real quick from the Facebook chat, Jesse Mendez is gonna go to junior trials
Ooh.
as a third year
nice.
cadet. Gonna go 57 kilos because it's +2.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Wow.
You know who else is going to be
So,
Who?
there? Cody Chittum.
Really?
Yeah,
ooh.
What weight's he going?
So
he's going 65.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let me ask you guys this. So it's 20-year-olds, 19 by birth year, obviously, right? 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, and the 17-year-olds can kind of like petition in, or is that how it goes? Because Gable won it. So a 17-year-old will be the third year of the cadet run that they could do,
Right.
right?
Correct. Yes.
So they can petition in, or is it 17's included and 16 can petition in? Just 17.
I have no idea, Ben.
Oh my goodness, you need to be up to date on this. You're the foremost wrestling expert in America, Christian.
Well, as far as the age petition, like what the official process is, I don't know.
Well, because they always say like this is the official age, and they do this gimmick where if you have a birth certificate or a doctor's certificate, you can move up by a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Dude,
don't
Cody
know,
Chittum.
Don't know that one.
Cody Chittum was there this weekend, and he almost killed me. He didn't mean to. He was like came out of the hotel lobby, and he was on a run, and he goes around the corner of the street, and his wallet falls out of his sweatpants, and he's running. I'm like,
you stole his wallet.
Cody, he can't
gonna
hear me.
beat
He's
you
got
up.
headphones on, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go run him down and give him his wallet back. By the time I get to his wallet, he's like about a block ahead. So I
ran him down?
I start running, trying to catch him. Dude, he was running so fast. He was running so fast, and I'm like running out of breath, and I'm shouting, Cody, but he like wouldn't stop. I had to, but I finally did catch him. It's a good thing I caught him when I did, because I didn't have much life left in me.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, man, that's that lactic acid burn. I don't sprint like that.
He must have been running for a while for you. Have to run out of gas catching him, right?
Dude, well, he was running so fast. I probably only ran like a quarter mile, but it was like a full on like 400-meter sprint.
Quarter mile. That's kind of a long ways. For
it was
just
a long ways.
Hey, I'm gonna go catch this guy, give him his wallet.
Yeah, dude, it was
wow.
It was brutal, but. Yeah.
I thought you got beaten down for an attempted robbery there.
Yeah.
Stealing the man's wallet.
Yeah.
That'd have been way worse.
What if he just hand fought me for that?
Yeah, he's like, hey, this Brian Soldano guy, what the heck? Who does
I never heard of him.
Holy
I never heard of him
smokes.
before.
I had heard of him, but I didn't.
Tell me about him.
Well,
he likes to go feet to back, immediately off.
he likes to go back to back. He likes to be on his back, so goes on his back to set up putting you on your back.
He does go to his back. In the finals, he did that, but in both, I think both the quarters and the semis, he just went monster feet to back like immediately. And I mean, he is super dangerous. And he said in the interview after the tournament that he's like, his coaches have put him in situations all his whole career to develop that feel, that hip feel, both from neutral and in scrambles and on the mat, and it showed.
I loved it.
Bergie was like,
he looked great.
Bergie looked awesome.
He's good.
It was like, Soldano's out of this, and man, he's never out of it.
No, not when you can do that. I really like Bergie. I think he's going to be really, really tough. He's got that same beautiful re-attack that his brother has. It's just like, I don't know how they teach it so well, or I don't know if it's genetic or the program, but they both.
Oh, for God's sakes! A re-attack is not genetic.
It's genetic. It's in his genetic code.
It's talent.
Ben.
It's talent.
Ben.
It's like right below the detached earlobe.
It's just unbelievable talent that he was born with.
A re-attack being genetic. Oh, you guys are high. Oh my gosh.
Prove it wrong.
That talent. Some people have, some people don't.
Some people got
Christian
it.
has no go behind.
I can't do it.
My goodness. Wow.
Who else went to Case in Mentorville?
Oh man, they've had
they're
Stole
good.
didn't go there, did he?
They're good. No,
I can't remember who went
there
there.
was one really little guy that was real stocky and strong. Who was that guy?
Little guy, stocky.
They've had a lot of good guys.
No, that is Sam Stoll.
Sam Stoll could not hit a go behind like
Sam
that.
Stoll, a gigantic guy.
I think
when
Cam
you're
Stoll went to
300 pounds,
Mansfield.
Oh, when you're 300 pounds, there's a little bit different footwork involved.
Dude, Pinnacle guys
harder.
looked really locked in.
Yeah.
Pinnacle guys wrestled really tough all weekend. They had at least they had I think 3 in the finals, 7 in the quarters. Just like
Nice.
unbelievable.
Okie doke. Anywhere else Super 32 wise we need to go before we?
I think we should just mention so Ayala cementing himself at 126. And it wasn't. And listen, this is the thing you said about Hamidi. It's not like it came easy for him, right? He had a relatively close match in the round of 16.
Mhm.
I think he had to come back. His match in the quarters was relatively close. His match in the semis was insane, and then the finals was close also.
Yeah, he had 3 really tough ranked guys round of 16 on. He had Jack Joffrey, then he had Zeke Seltzer and then Troy Spratley in the finals. So yeah, he had a gauntlet. And
Seltzer's good.
Looked really good. Yeah,
I like that guy.
Seltzer's really
He's tough.
Spratley.
It was
Spratley
impressive out of Seltzer because I think it was like 8-3 in the third, and he kicked him, and it was like, okay, Ayala's going break stick here. And then Seltzer, boom, boom, 2 quick takedowns to get back in the match. So that was really impressive to stop that momentum and get it, take Ayala down twice.
What'd you guys think of Spratley wearing that Esmapor?
How did he get that?
How did he get that? Did he go to Asians one time? How did this happen?
Yeah, he went to Asians and he wrestled him for the singlet straight up.
Straight up.
No, he
wrestling for pinks.
Apparently, we heard that like his dad has some. I don't know if it's like a business connection or something over there, and that's some connection where they got in touch with Esmapor and they got the singlet, and Esmapor DM'd Spratley during the tournament when he saw that he was wearing the singlet. So yeah, that's pretty legit. That's pretty cool.
Pretty legit.
It's pretty legit.
Esmapor never won Super 32.
Dude, you know who else ran a gauntlet? Esmapor, yeah, he hasn't. I don't think he's even placed.
A lot of people forget that. It's kind of a big hole in his resume.
Wow.
You know who else ran a gauntlet from the 1 seed was
Donnie.
Vinny Kilkery.
Yeah.
Kilkery, dude, that kid. I thought 106 was going to be, throw the names in a hat and shake them up and see who comes out on top. But I think 1 and 2 in the country are going to stay 1 and 2. Kilkery won it. Jez Roga was 3rd, and the match he lost to Corday in the round of 32 was controversial. That doesn't factor in for rankings, but the number of wins that he had after that match, ranked wins, are going to keep him at number 2. But Kilkery had wins over Nick O'Neill, who's number 4, Milani, who's like right outside the rankings, Knox, who would be top 5 if he wasn't an 8th grader, Zam Fuggett, and then he beat.
Careful.
Easy, dude.
Hey, I don't know.
Kid show. I'm going Fugit until further
I'm about to
notice.
put the explicit tag on this
Oh my
episode.
God.
And then he beat
Because of
Braden Davis in the
Bray.
finals. No,
That's the
but-
second time. One, you told your exhibitionist story, and now you're dropping F-bombs.
But Kilkery, he, like, the story on him last year when he won PIAAs was like, this kid is, he's a maniac. He can win when he's losing.
Ripping headlocks.
He'll rip headlocks in overtime. He's just crazy. He really controlled, like,
No, he's crazy.
Ranked guys all the way through.
He did the most. His little roll that he kept doing, he almost pinned himself twice. I mean, I listened. It worked, but it's very dicey, that roll he's doing. So I still think he's got a little bit of that wild card.
He does, but compared to where he was in March, he's made like incredible progress, and he just like he impressed me a whole lot.
No, he's very good.
That kid had a brutal run through the tournament. He looked great.
He looks bigger too than he did. Like, he's starting to grow into that.
He said
get bigger.
he said he had to, like, I don't know how much he had to, like, cut, but he had to drop a little bit of weight finally, and he said that feels good to be like the full size. He was, I don't know, 95 pounds or something like that last year.
Okay. Great tournament. Any other guys stick out to you before we switch topics?
No, I think we're good to go.
Okay, we're good to go. Happy Super 32. All the matches and results up.
Awesome.
FloWrestling.
Wrestling's back. It's fantastic.
It's so back. And then this
So
week,
back.
we have this Saturday, the spookiest tournament of all time, the 195-pound 8-man on Halloween. Very, very excited for that. The guys get to town, I think, Thursday. And we got the press conference and everything Friday, like we've been doing. Ben,
Are you going to get them to say anything interesting? Because I did not have any success when we did the bracket draw show.
Well, we'll see who's the better hype man, David Bray or Ben Askren. That's going to be the ultimate test.
David Bray, get him going, baby.
Bray's going to be more like you maybe had their guard up Ben. It's like, oh, Ben's gonna try to get Bray just unassuming, nice guy, and then he's gonna get him, throwing daggers. I don't know, man. I think it is just outside of most of these guys' ethos to do that. Like Keith Gavin and Gabe Dean, Taylor Lujan, these are not people who are gonna say things, right?
And Sammy Brooks logged off the chat maybe because he knew I was gonna get him all riled up. So when we did
that was a preemptive strike.
Logged off.
He just got out of there. So no, I don't know if they'll say anything, but I don't know that they need to, right? I mean, it'd be nice to have a little bit of playful banter, but I don't think it's necessary. I think the wrestling speaks for itself when you've got, in round one, you've got national champ versus national champ, Miles Martin versus Drew Foster. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we want to get into if we want to have a full bracket breakdown maybe later in the week, more towards Thursday, or if we just want to go for it now.
You're the boss, whatever you want.
We'll save it. Well, I like to, agree on things, more cooperatively.
We'll share governance.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, Bracky, do you have some COVID news?
Well, I have a couple things.
Right.
One's in the doc, one I just remembered that I want to talk about. But the first one, So Big Ten football is back. Everyone's happy. It's happening. But then a situation came up that I was reminded of that is very different in the Big Ten than all these other conferences. So Wisconsin played Friday night. They kind of kicked off the Big Ten season Friday night. They had this freshman quarterback everyone was super excited about. He goes out, he balls, he was awesome, 5 touchdowns. But then it comes out on Sunday that after the game he had tested positive for COVID-19. Now,
COVID gave him superpowers.
Yeah, the problem is that in the Big Ten, as soon as you test positive, you are out automatically 21 days.
Oh.
21 days?
21 days.
You can be cured and get it again in that time.
That's like double CDC protocol, right?
That is correct. It is also double the amount of time you are required to miss in the Big Ten or the Big 12 and the ACC, which is only 10 days.
Because CDC protocol is 10 days post symptoms.
Correct. Oh
my God.
This is going to be a problem for wrestling because they're not going to change it for winter sports. It's going to be the exact same protocol. So you better not test positive for COVID.
They need to test positive now. They need to get positive right now. And
You're
get
right.
it done with.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have COVID parties and stuff. Oh, geez.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's insane because think of the lockdown you got to put these guys on 21 days before Big Tens, right? It's like, all right, I don't think you need to go to class, buddy.
Seriously.
You're just calling in.
Well, are they going to make him test? Are they going to make him test at Big Tens, or what is the testing protocal? Is there some way?
Well, the Big Ten is testing daily right now. I don't know if the winter athletes
daily.
Daily. I don't know if the Big Ten is if wrestlers are being tested daily right now because they're not technically in season. But I know football and the fall sports that are back right now are being tested daily.
Dude, might be worth spending the extra money to get those Nick Saban tests.
Well, so that's another great point because Nick Saban a few weeks ago tested positive, and that was on Tuesday or Wednesday. And it's well, there's no way he's going to be able to coach Saturday night against Georgia because there had been a few coaches that had tested positive and missed the next game. Well, there were a few weeks before that, there was a Texas A&M women's soccer player who tested positive for COVID, and she was essentially the heck I am, and just went out and got 3 independently done tests, not university tests, but just paid for them and got them done, and they all came back negative. And then Texas A&M submitted all of that to the SEC, and the SEC cleared her to play, and then instituted a new bylaw that if you test positive and then you have 3 subsequent tests after that, 24 hours apart, that all come back negative, you can come back right away.
Okay.
For
well,
real?
hopefully Big Ten has that.
They do not, as of we speak.
Well, can you write that in?
This is
How do you not write that in?
The Russian. This is like Rusada, where they got the negative test in the back that they're going to slip through the hole in the wall, right? As soon as this positive test comes in, the hole opens up in the wall. They slip the negative test through. Golden.
There are so many false positives. It's crazy. One of our guys here had one. He quarantined for, I don't know, however long he quarantined. He got retested. He never had it in the first place. He was totally asymptomatic. So,
oh my gosh.
And that's not even uncommon at all. That's like that happens all the time. So I don't blame these people for saying, no, I'm going to get 3 tests, and if they're all negative, then good to go. But that is going to have huge impact on wrestling.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, even if you test positive like the second week, we're looking at maybe like a 10 to 12 week season. You just miss this huge chunk of time where you can't be in the room training with these guys.
Oh, that's
so
true.
You can't just
train.
as soon as that 21 days is up, you can't just jump back in.
Listen, Kyle, tell me this. Tell me if you're. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want anyone to yell at me. But this name, insert Big Ten coach's name. You could do like probably 97% of them. Kyle is the starting 133 pounder for Pick University, so no one gets mad at me.
Michigan man.
Michigan. He's a Michigan man. He tests positive. He's a starter at 133. Christian is the backup 133. Tell me they're not going to go, hey, bro, go wrestle with Kyle. Like, you can get it. No big deal. And you guys are partners by yourselves for 21 days.
They won't be able to be in the
That's
room.
They'll
have to find somewhere else to do it.
Yeah.
They have somewhere else.
I know.
There's an undisclosed location.
I'm sure that they do, and the schools are helping them find those undisclosed locations.
How about
the other thing
you guys
that
know
you're going
that's
to have
happen? That's going to happen.
Well, the other thing that's going to happen is the contact tracing once someone tests positive, because those people are automatically out for a little bit too.
Quarantined also.
Right.
Well, that's easy. So then you have the whole group just go train together.
Oh boy, he's got a little wrestling group.
Everyone should go for herd immunity right now. Just get it.
The bigger story there is that Bracky and I moved Stefan Miocic to 3rd on the depth chart. That's what people aren't talking about enough.
Guys, that's going to happen. It's going to happen. People
are
are
gonna
going to be
3rd,
like, hey,
yes.
listen, I'm not going to not have you train for 20. These coaches are Christian, I've told you stories. You know how crazy these coaches are.
Oh, yes.
You know they're going to say, listen, it's effing the middle of February. I'm not going to not have Bracky train for 21 days. I am going to go have someone train with him in a secret location, and we're not going to tell anyone about it. That's what's going to happen.
Which coach is most likely to be working on a coronavirus
all of them.
Antibody right now?
All of them.
No, the what's it called?
Oh, antibody.
Vaccine. Yeah. Who's got it in their spare time? Like, maybe I can knock out a vaccine real quick.
No, it's the redneck vaccine, Christian. You just have once one of them gets it, they all hang out with that dude. They all get it. That's a redneck vaccine right there, bro.
I resent the implication, Ben.
Brian Snyder's a doctor.
Why?
Yeah, Brian Snyder's a doctor.
Brian Snyder is a
Brian
doctor.
Snyder is working on the. Yes, it is. If you're a doctor, a doctor's a doctor's a doctor, Ben.
Whatever he says is medical
he's a doctor
advice.
of sociology. It does not count.
I don't even know what that means.
No.
To me, that's like epidemiology.
Listen, I say go for the redneck vaccine and have them all hang out. I don't see the issue.
I do too, but do it right now.
But do we know you can't get it again?
No, we don't know anything.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's all made up. No one gets points.
It's literally whose line is it anyway?
And the other thing I wanted to bring up is that apparently in Michigan high school, they're going to try to make you wrestle with a mask.
Oh, boy.
Wisconsin, too. No, Wisconsin, too.
How?
It's physically I tweeted last week. They must never have wrestled because it is going to be physically impossible.
Listen,
I don't know.
They're making people. They're gonna make the basketball players wear masks too.
Oh my god.
Oh my! What?
It says basketball, competitive cheer, ice hockey, and wrestling. Well, ice hockey, you're wearing a helmet anyways. So.
What the heck? Wait, what kind of a mask
ridiculous.
though?
I don't know.
What kind of a mask could you wear? Listen, if you get cross
it just says face coverings.
Face coverings.
Oh, hey guys, I got some big news, and this is exactly you guys. You got to know
Snyder's got a vaccine. Love it.
We have we have a plan. My redneck vaccine.
All right.
If they test positive, they're out of the testing protocol for 90 days. That's from a coach.
Really?
Wow.
Dude, that's easy. Listen, January 1, February 1, March 1, April 1. Listen, it's Christmas party vaccine time, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We're going to have, yes,
This is the
we're all
season.
going to stay together. We are going to go pay someone $500 who's got the coronavirus to come to our Christmas party. We're going to share from the punch bowl. Everyone's going to kiss each other. And,
What?
You're going to test positive.
They can't share
You're
drinks.
cleared
They
by
have to kiss.
January 1. No, you're going to do it all, Christian. We are going to do maximum insurance that everyone on the team gets coronavirus. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
You like my idea? I know you like my idea. You're just not willing to admit it. It's foolproof.
It makes sense. The
I
steps,
love it.
yeah. I mean, the kissing, that could be problematic, but you know what? In the spirit of competition, you love to see it.
Plus, that's more of a New Year's Eve thing.
Yeah. Should they say
but we need to get it done by January 1. We have to be done by January 1.
We know how this guy likes to bring in the new year. Jeez. I hope you've already had it at that point. Dude.
That's a surefire way to keep 6 feet of distance between you and everybody.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, that's going to be freaking interesting to see how that plays out. All these fun little wrinkles.
You can tell Kale. I do, in fact, have a plan. He asked me if I have a plan. Yeah, I do. Listen, everyone's getting together at David Taylor's house. We're sharing drinks. We're kissing. Everyone's getting Corona. December 20th. We're done by January 1st. And we don't get tested for 90 days. Perfect.
Championship. All right.
What if, I got an idea. No, I got another idea. I got another plan, Christian. Maybe, possibly even better.
More kissing.
Okay, you ready for this? There's no more kissing in this one. We do the reverse Nick Saban. We pay for positive tests. We pay for a positive test. We throw in these positive tests for everyone on the team, like December 18, right? Boom, they're done. They can't get tested for 90 days. They're golden. What do you think about that?
It's foolproof. What could go wrong?
How do we buy positive tests?
Falsifying medical results. What could go wrong?
Listen, every coach in the Big Ten is going, shit, why didn't I think of that? That's genius. How do I buy those positive tests?
If you ever apply for another head coaching position, I hope they don't unearth this episode 567.
I hope they appreciate my ingenuity, Christian. They're all thinking it. They just can't say it.
Oh, my God.
Listen. There has to be a black market for positive tests somewhere. I don't know where it is. I don't have to search it, but there's got to be one somewhere.
The deep web.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to get on the deep web.
Yeah. Does anyone?
Well, they shut down the Silk Road. They shut that down.
What does that mean?
That was where you could buy all the illegal stuff in the black market. Yeah.
Like LimeWire?
I don't know what LimeWire is.
No, we're way darker than that.
No,
way darker than
like drugs,
yeah.
etc. But you bought it with Bitcoin, and that's how they eventually tracked
kidneys,
him.
All that stuff.
There's not a name attached to Bitcoin, but there's an address, and they tracked Russ Ulbricht down through this. And unfortunately, and probably unwarranted, Russ Ulbricht is spending life in prison right now for his crimes.
What did he do?
Well, there's a whole book. You should probably read it.
I feel like I can get the clips of those now and save me a book reading session.
Well, they accused him of hiring for murder, hiring someone for murder, but I think it's really sketchy, and a lot of people think that is not true. Yeah. So, anyways, free Russ Ulbricht.
So Bray's already on it. He is Googling black market positive COVID-19 tests.
I'm not having luck so far.
No,
you can't Google it, guys.
You got to go on Bing.
You gotta get like you gotta go through like 4 channels before you're even in this. Like it's not. You can't just type in, "Hey, how do I get to the dark web?" Like you gotta know a guy that knows a guy.
All right, Bray is now Googling what are the 4 channels to go through to buy positive. He's good. He's good. Hey, so if you didn't know, Jordan Burroughs and Zahid Valencia are going to wrestle one another. We had Bader and Mike on location with each guy. We have some clips from each.
Hey,
yes.
Before we get to that, Christian, I'm going to yell at you. You're withholding information, and I don't know why, because I am like a steel trap. I do not leak information. Number one.
We're talking about.
Hold on. I don't know the November 14th card beyond Zahid and Jordan. Number 2, you haven't told me who the other 4 competitors in the 150-pound bracket are, and I am quite offended.
Well, we have the 5th. Well, so McKenna's in, and we're looking at some other big names. Evan Henderson's going to be in as well, and then there's two big names that we're after. Yes,
2 white whales.
That's exciting.
White whales.
Okay, what about the November 14th? Are we have how many people are on that card?
The card is set. There's going to be 8 matches. You're going to like them. Yeah, it's going to be really good.
When are you guys announcing?
Probably on the October 31st card. during the show.
Our PR firm's working on it.
Yeah, we have a PR firm.
I'm surprised you guys haven't been able to keep it quiet if they're all signed that no one has tweeted about it or texted or, usually I hear things, but I haven't heard anything.
They took an oath. Also, one person did tweet about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Who?
I wonder.
I'm
I
not
didn't
gonna-
see it.
I'm going to say.
Well,
All
if they
right,
already
fine.
tweeted about it, what's the deal?
You got to find it.
All right, find the tweet.
Damn it all.
So yeah, that's coming. That's coming soon. But yeah, the card is set. It's completely set. So
All
that'll
right,
be
exciting.
great. And we're working on the 150 now. Oh, so good stuff there. Hey, but this Jordan Burroughs stuff.
Hey, why don't we play this Jordan Burroughs clip?
Yeah,
Answer Ben's
Okay.
conspiracy
Yeah,
theory.
and he won't get off this either.
Hey, listen. I'm not wrong. You can tell me whatever Jordan Burroughs says in an interview. I am not wrong.
Well, I'm not telling you. Jordan's going to tell you.
Yeah, Jordan.
Well, Jordan's it's called lying.
After 2021, do you think that'd be 74? Is there any chance it might be 79?
No, I'll never go up. 74 kilos is the weight class that I'll always wrestle. As long as I'm competing, I'll be at 74 kilos.
Unless it's 185.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Except for November 14th, right?
We're
Unless
talking
it's an
about
exhibition
UWW,
match.
right? Yeah.
There it is. He's not going up.
Guys, he's not going to tell you his plan. Listen, I know people. I know things. The man's considering. He's considering. Why do you think he's going to wrestle the number 1 and 2 guy at 86? He's seeing what it feels like.
Well, I don't think he's
In a
going to wrestle the
real-life
number
match.
1 guy.
Yeah, so what happened there? Because I saw David still taunting him on, was it Instagram or Twitter or some type of social media? David was still taunting him, but it appears that match is not going to materialize.
It appears so. I think he wants just to wrestle matches. Listen, I don't think he's big enough for 86, 189 pounds.
Oh, I see. I got people hooked me up. Kyvan Gadsden tweeted, "Geez, Kyvan."
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
What? Yeah, get back on topic though. I don't think
I got
he's,
ADHD. Listen, I get distracted, Christian.
no, I know. I'm
terrible.
I'm just centering us.
I center us.
Yeah, I just don't see any reason. Why would he go up? Explain this.
Because making the weight is really, really challenging for him. I mean, so then on top of that, 79 would be easier, right? At the World Championship, 79 is an easier bracket than 74. That is true.
Every year.
Right?
Yes.
Every year. So he goes up, he wins a couple more world titles, and that really adds to, that makes him the greatest American wrestler of all time. You could already argue for him definitively to be the greatest American wrestler of all time, but there is an argument. He wins a couple more world titles. I don't think there is any argument whatsoever. It's easier on his body. As you get older, right, these things become harder and harder. He's getting older now. I don't see why he wouldn't go up.
I don't think he values titles at 79 kilos. Like, for him to take shots at Dake's titles there, I think it means a lot to him to stay at
That's just 'cause
74.
he hates Kyle Dake.
Huh?
That's just because he hates Kyle Dake.
Yeah, maybe. But I think he really wants to win at 74. It's his weight class. He wants to be the man there and prove his longevity there. I think he wants to stay there.
He's not the only one that brings up the non-Olympic title thing either. I mean, that was Chimizo's one of his big points, in the build up to that match with Dake was like, yeah, you've won the title at 79 twice, but like, what kind of weight class is that? It's not an Olympic weight or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think there is that thought among not just Burroughs but other guys, and I think, I don't know, Burroughs knows that, and he knows that will impact how some people think about his legacy. I think he wants to stay in Olympic weight.
Hey, so the David Taylor match, do you guys feel like it's not going to materialize at all, or do you think it's just kind of off for now? Because I feel like if it doesn't happen now, then we get into January, February, then the Olympic trials are around the corner, and then it's just definitely not going to happen.
I feel the same. If we don't see it by December, it's not going to happen, because then it's like, man, we're within 4 months of trials, and I feel like they're just going to be tunnel vision focused on,
Yes.
making the team in April. So that's kind of that's my read. I don't know. Things could change and it could happen, but I think it's going to be, based on what I know, I think it's going to be tough for the match to happen, even though I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be really exciting. I think for Jordan to take that level of a challenge would be really something. I mean, I think Zahid Valencia is
I
like.
agree.
I mean, I think even him wrestling Zahid is like, whoa, he's really. This is maybe the number 2 guy at the Olympic weight above him that he's gonna be wrestling against, and someone that's can really challenge him athletically. Zahid, to his credit, is very, very confident. We have a clip from Zahid and Mike's interview with him, just about how he's feeling about this match.
Excuse me, Zeke said to you during practice yesterday, he said, there's going to be a point where you're down, where he's down by a point and he's going to be coming. Do you remember what you said afterwards?
Yeah, so he's going to be down by a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of confidence is rare
Yeah.
in 23-year-old young men. That kind of confidence when going against a multiple-time world and Olympic champion is darn near unheard of. Because it wasn't just you saying it.
Yeah.
I knew you meant it.
Yeah.
Where does it come from? Where does that kind of confidence come from?
I think it's just all from all the years that I've been doing it, knowing that that's the type of mentality I'm going to have going into the match. In order for me to take the win, I need to be able to say, he's not going to be down by just one. You know, if he's down by one, then, you know, that's exactly where he wants to be. This is his 30-second sprint. This is where he wins matches. This is where he's good at. So, you know, by telling myself I have to be up by a lot more, it's going to take away that opportunity for him. And, you know, scoring early, scoring often, you know, keep my pressure high. That's just the type of wrestler that I am.
So he says, you know, the real juice is early on when he says he's going to be down by a lot more than that, which I didn't expect that to come out as Zahid Valencia's mouth. What were your thoughts, Ben?
Great line. I love the line. Great trash talk. Do I see that actually happening? Nah, not really. I think if he's going to win, it's going to be a 1-2 point match. There's no way I foresee him beating Jordan by multiple points. That's just for me out of the realm of possibilities. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong again. I just don't see it.
What's Jordan's most lopsided loss in his career?
Probably Bexon.
Bexod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that was. I think you kind of discount that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Big time discount. How bad did Godoyev beat him when he beat him? Marable beat him by criteria.
Tie.
Godoyev was a match, wasn't it?
Dake's his first or his only loss to Dake, I think, was, if it wasn't criteria, it was
It
close.
ended up being a point, I think.
Yeah,
Just
that one got really
it was
close.
like
The two
a big
Sidikoff
margin.
ones were basically a point or two max.
Yeah.
He was winning with 7 seconds to go. Godoyev, I feel like, might have beat him by like 2 or so. Man, he's never been beaten.
Even still, I feel like it was a match where Burroughs was trying to put that sprint together to maybe take the lead on criteria or something. But I mean, the blood time just like shut that sprint down. It was like,
Oh my gosh, that match was a disaster.
The Dake match ended up being criteria, by the way.
Yeah, so it was a criteria. His only win over Burroughs is a criteria one. Now he just kind of gave up
He
that
completely
takedown.
shut down.
Yeah, but still. So the final, I'm watching the Burroughs. It was 3-2 was the final for Burroughs Godoyev. Dang. Man, that was a bad day. Okay.
Bad day. Yeah, so I don't see that happening. I know Burroughs is very confident as well. I'm really excited to see how this match turns out. Zahid has kind of jumped levels in the last year, and then we also haven't seen him for the last 9 months. So who knows what has happened in that time period. He is not gigantic for 86, but he's definitely bigger than Jordan, is what I would say. So I think this can get competitive. I think Zahid can match him athletically, which very few people can say about Jordan Burroughs. I'm pumped for this match.
Yeah, I am as well. And I think Zahid looks pretty lean himself. I know I kind of threw it out there. Would he ever consider coming down? We think he's probably too big, but I think he's going to be pretty undersized at 86, at least
86 for sure.
currently. So part of me is like, Jordan Burroughs wouldn't take this match if he wasn't supremely confident he was going to win, no matter what. And then I'm like, well, on the other hand, if he's considering wrestling David Taylor, all the confidence in the world, he would have to know that's going to be a really, really tough match for him to win. It was a tough match for him to win when he was a 74 before he ever won a world title. So now I'm like, well, maybe he's just like feeling like, hey, let's just test myself, and I'm not worried about losing exhibition matches.
Yeah.
By the way,
that's what it is for sure.
Kozak brought it up. Sargush in 2014 when his knee was hurt was like 9-2.
Oh my gosh, more bad memories.
Yeah.
These Russians have ruined so many of my days. Daggone them.
It's evil people.
Wow. Sargush is a villain.
That's
He's
what they
definitely a
are.
villain.
Yeah.
All right. Next, where to next? Want to hit some questions?
Probably questions, and I'd say either tomorrow or Thursday we could talk about the 95-pound bracket and kind of break those down.
Yes. CJ Kemp, can you guys get Ben, Chael, and Sion to call a card together? That'd be awesome. To which I say, some people just want to watch the world burn, and that's one of those people is CJ Kemp. Because that would be
we should have two streams. You know, you have the normal commentary, and then it's just like the after dark commentary.
Yeah.
Or you like it's one of those websites where you have to like sign in and say you're 18, like the alcohol websites or whatever, or 21.
Yeah.
Like whenever you go to the alcohol website, it makes you say you're 21. You like have to say you have your parents' permission to watch that stream.
Yeah.
That would be your most fun stream ever in the history.
It would just be you know what it would be? It would just devolve into something completely unrelated to the wrestling on the match. You and Chael,
which was awesome.
You and Chael hypothesizing about who would gut who or not gut who. Who knows where Sion's gonna take it?
If you, Sion and Chael were on a call, you would all be calling each guy like different by different names. You'd be pronouncing the names.
Oh wow, that's true.
It would just be Kirkfleet would be great.
We gotta get Kirkfleet on the card.
Kirkwitch.
Kirkwood.
We
get a couple hybrids on the card.
Yeah.
Everyone kept saying Captain Kirk. It's too nerdy.
Yeah, that dude doesn't watch Star Trek.
Yeah, come on, guys.
No way.
Plus he's like a major, I think.
Yeah, he'd be a major. Hey, one thing that I could see that devolving to is just, or what could be good coming out of it is a round robin gut wrench contest, because I want to see Ben do a regular gut wrench against Sion Williams. That's what I want to see.
Can I get around him?
That's if you squeeze hard enough, I guess.
Maybe. It'd be tight.
Right. Okay, after Khabib versus Justin, I saw a bunch of people saying that Sambo is a better base for MMA than wrestling.
Oh,
but there's been more champs who are wrestlers than Sambo.
Who the hell
practitioners.
said that?
This is an actual cannibal.
Why is this question? This is okay. Actual cannibal. You contribute to our show. This question is completely absurd. There's only been one Sambo person who was ever good at mixed martial arts. Dumb question. Can we just burn this question?
Also,
is wrestling bears better for MMA? Because we've seen Khabib have a lot of success. Lance the Party Palmer has had a lot of success. Mm-hmm. Should more kids be wrestling bears?
Yes.
You know what? I would really love to wrestle a bear. I wish I could. My brother's my brother's dog's kind of like a bear, and I was headlocking the crap out of him last week because he was trying to, get at me. He's like 160, 170. I would love to wrestle. Listen, I will wrestle a bear. I went off on this tangent, and Christian, I mean it. I really genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart. Some of these wrestlers today, they're babies. I won't wrestle him. It's just 2 pounds different. Christian, give me a damn bear for 20 grand. I will wrestle a bear for 20 grand.
We have to make this happen.
I don't care.
We can find a bear.
Put a bear in there.
I can find a bear.
I will whoop that bear's butt. I might lose by points, but he will not pin. I will pin that bear.
We should have it like like an escalating thing. Like start with like a feral hog, because we got those. Oh, yeah. They're all over the place. You take out a feral hog, we'll get you a bear. Because it's not gonna be any trouble us finding a feral hog. These things are everywhere. Just go to any cornfield. They're just ravaging.
My brother's dog's like 170. I pinned him in like 14 seconds. No big deal. Listen,
we won't involve a dog. We won't involve a dog.
Did your brother's dog make you cut to 73?
Yeah. He made you cut down.
I'm up over 2 bills right now. I'm gonna come down. I've started working out finally again after my surgery. I'm gonna come down. I mean, I won't need the bear. Will probably be bigger than me, so I won't necessarily need to weigh it. But I will in fact wrestle a bear.
Yeah, I want to see you in a far ankle scramble against a bear.
I think bears weigh more than 160 pounds.
Like,
how big is the bear? Okay.
I think
You just keep talking about how you wrestled this
we should do
160-pound dog, and I
Yeah.
just don't see how
Well,
it translates.
I'm saying that was no challenge. I'm saying it wasn't a challenge for me, Kyle. I need
How
something
about this?
bigger.
Okay.
I just Googled brown bear weight. It says from an adult can weigh from 180 to 1,300 pounds. That is the most preposterous variance in size. I swear. I'm going to send this screenshot to Tyler. He can pull it up. That is absolutely ridiculous.
I thought grizzlies were gigantic, so you don't want to wrestle one of them. But like,
No,
there's
they'll
smaller
kill you.
type
You
of
will
bear.
die. You'll be a dead person.
You want to wrestle probably like a black bear. Those are the smallest.
The small one, the one, whatever Lance Palmer and Khabib were wrestling. I'm gonna wrestle that. That looks like a blast.
Maybe
Yeah.
Lance still has some connections with his family.
Yeah, does he have a bear hookup?
There. Why don't we just ask Lance? Lance, give us your bear. How long do bears live for?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
We need Dwight Schrute on this show.
Yeah, where's Dwight? An American black bear weighs between 130. Apparently, the start weight for all bears is 130 to 660 pounds.
They need to make 57 kilograms, Christian. Duh.
Yeah, that's true. That is the Olympic weight. So yeah, there's the variance for brown bears. Tyler's pulling it up here. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 180.
That's absurd.
1,300
How can that
pounds.
be?
I don't know. Maybe they're factoring in the Haunchyville people version of bears.
Oh. Okay,
here we
listen.
go.
Did you go to Mystic Road?
I'm not going to. One of the parents can be like, "How do you not know about Haunchyville?" And I'm like, "I never heard of this shit." So I'm like, "Hey, do you know about Haunchyville?" And listen, like 2 out of 10 parents had heard about Haunchyville. Most of them have been lifetime Wisconsiners. But Kyle, he did give me another alien hour. He's from Pennsylvania, the parent originally. That was about Haunchyville. He said you need to do an alien hour about Gravity Hill. Have you ever heard of this?
No. Gravity Hill?
Okay. He said Gravity Hill. He said that needs to be your next alien hour. It's a Pennsylvania thing.
Okay.
Bedford County, PA, South Central. Oh snap! I know that. Okay. Yeah. So this Thursday.
Mysterious road defies gravity in Pittsburgh. Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
Wonder if that's
So
it.
there's multiple Gravity Hills apparently.
Yeah, that could just be a news
Hey,
story.
does Super 32 do an OW?
I did not hear an OW announced. If there was one, I think it should have been Hamidi.
Yeah, I think so. It was going to be Buzakis, and then I was like, well, Hamidi just pins everyone, so
Yeah.
that's him. FRL listener, what is the correct way to cut a sandwich? It's kind of a curveball.
I don't cut my sandwiches, but
Yeah, me
I have
neither.
to cut them for my kids because my kids are whiners sometimes, and I do just the diagonal. So 2 triangles.
Yeah, I like that. Not my freaking precious angel children now have this thing that cuts off the crust.
What? Oh.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
I don't do it.
One of 'em-
I don't do it.
You refuse?
No, eat the crust. Ridiculous. What's wrong with crust? It's
Tracy
just like
Piles
bread.
wouldn't cut the crust off.
No, that's the good stuff. You're darn right.
Absolutely.
Okay, salty walk on. This is the funniest question. What Halloween candy reminds you most of the Bradley Hamida match from the Open? #, roll the clip. So he just wants the clip to play again.
It's got to be something that smashes.
Smash.
Crunch.
Crunch?
Crunch
Yeah,
bar?
crunch.
Oh, let's go Crunch Bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Crunch bar. That's good. I don't know if we kind of put Tyler on the spot.
Oh,
Nope, he's got it
Oh,
ready. Here we
no.
go. Crunch.
Kit Kat though is designed to be broken in half.
That's true.
Kit Kat, it's a you snap it, you know.
Oh my gosh, it could be.
Oh, that so looks like WWE to me. I freaking love it. Oh God, it's
I
awesome.
don't know how Bray came up with 2 so quickly, but that's pretty impressive.
Oh wow.
Thank you, Salty Walk
Big
On.
candy hit over
Salty Walk On or anyone, if you continue to come up with ways to mildly organically slip in this match, we will continue to play it. Because
so
until Ben ceases to cackle when he sees it, we're gonna keep playing it.
It should be part of our intro. It really should.
Yeah. This is
Well, you guys don't wait. Hold on. No, let me ask you a serious question, Christian.
Okay.
You guys are doing these cards every once in a while. You know how the UFC, every UFC, you have an intro card, right? It plays every single pay-per-view, same one. You guys should do one of those and have, a minute of awesome clips. This has to be the starter and the ender for those clips.
Okay.
Who was Bradley? Was Bradley also wrestling Hamida when they like totally destroyed the table that one time? Spay was
Yes,
on
all
the
they
call?
do is try to injure each
Because
other.
Yes.
that clip audio on is maybe better.
Yeah, it sounds like. Oh yeah. Sounds like
Really?
a truck. It sounds like a car crash.
Hold on, yeah. We got to keep talking so we can play this clip and play it with sound on. And it's so funny because the stream
They come to the table.
the stream just completely stops, but you can hear the audio, like the video feed just freezes. But then Spade's like, "All right, are we back? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know if you can hear me."
All right, we'll pull that up while we continue.
Seriously, you guys should have an little intro clip of a bunch of great highlights or something. That would
Just
give me
people
all
getting
jacked
smashed
up.
into tables.
Absolutely.
Someone wants to know how Khabib would do at 74 kilograms in Tokyo. John, sorry.
I don't like it. Yeah,
Don't like-
probably not very well.
Probably not well at all.
Everyone always asks that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as good a wrestler as people think.
Yeah.
he
It's
is.
just not the same.
Very different.
Yes.
What are we supposed to do now that Khabib has retired? A lot of Khabib questions. Who knew? Khabib's retired and there are no fighters left for him to smash. I have no idea. We need Ben Askren to come back.
I love that he retired when he wanted to retire versus these guys that hang on too long. Man, I think that's fantastic. He's at the top of his game. Great time to retire. He probably won't need money. He's a gigantic. I mean, he's probably the most famous Muslim athlete on the planet. So I don't think he's ever going to need to fight again if he doesn't want to.
It would seem like he wouldn't have to. And I think more than anything, I understand it because it's like, what's left for him to do? Who's left for him to beat? He's like, I've already beaten McGregor and the other guy McGregor's going to fight. I've choked these guys out. Who's left for me? Where's the challenge?
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I agree.
He's the man.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably more of a question for Steven. When's the last time Oklahoma State wrestling and football were this close in the rankings?
Probably not that long ago. Oklahoma State's had really good football with Gundy.
Yeah.
I need to look, but I mean, I would guess within the past 10 years, they've been a top 10 team.
Okay.
Really?
They've been close.
Yeah,
I feel like the last few years have been a little tougher.
No, it has been a little bit of a slump there, but I mean, he had like 5 or 6 straight years where they won 10, 11 games every year.
Didn't Danny Busey yell at your wife?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey, that's his name.
Yeah, it was really messed up.
He yelled at. We'll tell that story.
What's Gary Busey up to?
Well, Gary Busey went to Oklahoma State.
Huh.
So a few years ago, we went up to Stillwater, watched West Virginia play them, and in typical West Virginia style, they blew a double-digit lead, and we lost, and it was super sick. And Gary
Becky takes losses really well.
It was awful. So I'm a very superstitious person, and that was the year we were ranked in the top 10. We had a good thing going, and I would wear the same outfit every single Saturday.
Oh, my goodness.
This was a week before Thanksgiving, and that outfit was just like kind of a light little West Virginia pullover and shorts. And so it was going to be cold, and it was like an afternoon game that went into the night. So it was like, what are you going to do? Are you going to wear your outfit? Like, you can't not wear it. So I wore the outfit.
Oh, no.
And we're doing great. But I mean, literally at halftime, I went and just like pretty much hid in the bathroom because it was so cold.
Oh, my God.
And I was trying to warm up. So then it only got worse as the night went on. We blow the lead. It's friggin' awful. But Gary Busey was at the game. They like honored him and everything. And we're leaving the stadium. We're standing on a street corner a few blocks away, like walking to our car. And this black SUV rolls up, and it was a stop sign. And so they stop, and we're sitting there at the corner waiting across the street. And Gary Busey just sticks his head out and just yells, "Hey!" Like pretty much right in our faces. And then the car just speeds off.
He just yelled, "Hey!"
Yeah, he said, "Hey!" Yeah, that was it. Because I didn't think he thought we were like paying attention because we kind of like had our back to where the car pulled up. So I think he was trying to scare us, but we'd like heard the car, so we like kind of turned, and all of a sudden you see Gary Busey just hanging out the window, and he just yelled "Hey" at us.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just it was kick us while we're down moment. You know?
Man. He hadn't forgotten that. Okay.
Effing Gary Busey.
Freaking Gary Busey. Okay. I think we've exhausted the questions.
No, we gotta keep talking because I gotta get this clip to time.
Oh, we got to get the clip up.
Listen, no, there's one question that I really loved.
Ask it.
The title is Brecky S. Gilman got married a few weeks ago. Given a large contingent of Hawkeyes, do you think any top secret information was given away? And the answer to this is Kale very clearly has a plan, and he made Gilman sign an NDA. And so there will be no top secret information given away.
That sounds about right.
He could have had Gilman give away some decoy information.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that's see right there. Fake information.
Yeah, we lift every day, guys. We just lift and lift and lift and lift. Squats, heavy.
Ever since Snyder got here, all we do is
Oh my
tie our
gosh.
trucks to ourselves and pull them around.
If it doesn't, if the workout doesn't involve a truck, we don't do it. Period.
Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, here it is.
Sound on, baby.
Sound on. Crank it. It's gonna sound like a car crash. Bradley trucking Hamida into a table. Hit it, Tyler.
Straight on double. Come on. Oh. All right. Here we go. You guys still here?
Oh my gosh.
Don't we have an alternate camera angle on that one that we can see from somewhere?
No, I don't
Can we,
think
can we
so.
play it one more time, Tyler?
One more time.
It's like one of those
was
Russian
loud.
dashboard cams.
Straight on double. Come on. All right. Here we go. You guys still here?
Here we go.
Here we do go. Oh my gosh. And back to back. Oh no!
Dude, that one was
Tyler, I
Spay.
wasn't ready for that. Oh my gosh.
That one with Spay is seriously like, it's like the Russian dashboard cams where you're just like,
Oh, man.
okay, car driving. Oh, no, it's flipping. No, it's...
Oh my word.
Dude.
That was great. We just need to start. We need to bank all the amazing little truck footage things like that.
We need more boards close to wrestling mats. More hockey boards close to wrestling mats.
Yeah.
That could be
Seriously.
the next flow card. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
You guys. Next, dude, you know the plastic boundaries that you can set up, movable ones. You set those up around the mat on November 14th card.
And you
They
get
get
points
extra
if you hit
points.
the targets. Yeah, we get
If
in
you
our
get-
first two
okay.
matches are Anthony Valencia versus Hayden Hidley and Dom Bradley versus Yusuf Hamida.
Yeah. No, I think we should do I think we should just have drywall all around it. And they just get plowed through the drywall. That would just put these like Don Brayley, Yusuf Hamida imprints in the wall.
That would be so great. We should do it.
Drywall. Everyone does cage matches. No, we do drywall matches at Flow.
Now
Well,
we're
you guys
cooking.
have.
This
You
is
guys
good.
have the one camera up high and you have the one camera on the string. So I think you could do like a 4-foot sheet of drywall all the way around the mat. And we're
Oh, yeah.
good.
Then you have cameras on the other side of the drywall. You
Yeah.
know, back like 10, 15
Call
feet.
that the
so you
Kool-Aid
can-
cam.
Yeah, so you can see where they smash through the wall.
This is
I
good.
love it.
This is
Yes,
good. This
I
is
think
some
we
of our
should do
best
it.
ideas in years.
Yeah.
Well, we can't top that. We can't top Kool-Aid Cam and drywall matches and Yusuf Hamida getting smashed into things. So we're just going to go. We have no choice. We'll be back tomorrow. What,
So
Ben?
many more plans, Christian. We had so many plans today.
So many plans. With someone, I hope someone has a planning document.
We
It's
solved
really-
COVID.
We figured out COVID. Yeah, that was good. That was one of the best things we did. Thanks to Dr. Brian Snyder for his cooperation on the vaccine. Thanks to everyone who slams people into tables. It's not the best thing, but sometimes it's really funny and no one gets hurt and we can have a laugh.
It's kind of the best thing.
It's kind of the best, though. Hey, thanks so much for watching Super 32. So many of you did. It was an amazing
most
tournament.
watched ever, right?
Most watched ever.
Boom.
By big numbers. Big, huge. Love it. We'll be back tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. That'll be a happy Wednesday because we get some delicious breakfast foods. Thanks, David Bray, for stopping in. See you guys later. Thank you.